What's important for Penn State to do against this team?
I have been saying for weeks that the keys to the game tonight will be Penn State's offensive line play. They have not yet faced the defensive line as big and ornery and tough as Michigan's defensive line. They've struggled sometimes mightily against defensive lines that have been inferior to Michigan's. So to me, by far, the matchup to watch is Penn State's offensive line versus Michigan's defensive line. We're going to have to get that ball in the hands of our skill players very quickly, because they're going to get in the backfield. I'm worried they're going to get in our backfield very quickly. So that'll be a key.
What do you do when you deep down these guys know they're outmanned a little bit with a line like that? What do you do to prep for that and compensate for that?
Give them a lot of help. You give them back help. You give them tight end help. It's called chip help, like especially in pass protections. You keep an extra guy in, and that's disadvantageous in regards to stretching the defense as far as on the back end. But on the front end, it's just necessary. I think it's actually mandatory that they're up. I'm sorry, I'm like got a ping pong ball coming here. So
good hands.
Yeah, knocked it up to myself. You know, I gotta need a little help these days.
Yeah.
So really, what it is, they're gonna have to give those offensive linemen some help. Some running backs are gonna have to help them out. Some tight ends are gonna have to help them out. They're gonna have to be kind of creative in their protections, and even in their blocking schemes. They have to double team, move the big nasties into the lap of the linebackers. It's going to be a challenge, though. Those guys are big and tough and quick, and I think that's an area we're going to have to look out for.
You got a prediction?
Despite that area that I think we're overmatched, I think that we have the advantage in a number of other phases of the game. So I still think we can pull it out, but it might be a tight one. I'm saying maybe 24 to 16.
And then just the program as a whole to be, you know, the kind of why we're here today, the subject of adversity and turning tragedy into triumph. How about Penn State embodying that, going through everything they've been through, coming out on the other side like this?
I had an opportunity to speak to the team in August. I happened to be in town, and they were having some preseason practices, and Coach Franklin asked if myself and some other guys, former players, would speak to them. And I said that exact thing to lead off what I said to them. I said, you know, it is so great, it is so refreshing to see all of you enjoying one another's teammates, enjoying the successes you have and are enjoying, because you know, the punishment to me for all that happened didn't necessarily fit the crime. We punished a bunch of young men and a bunch of coaches who had absolutely nothing to do with what had happened, which there was obviously some bad things that had happened. So it's so great to see these guys getting to this point as quickly as they have, which is really a remarkable thing. And you know, they're a relevant program again. And I was very hopeful. I was worried that wouldn't happen for a very long time, and yet it has.